I told you all, you just gotta have to wait.
Hang him. Hang him
They
now.
can't do anything but preaching this sheriff. That's what we can do. That's what we can do. Like Jimmy, you and all people know that. You and all people know that. You too want to get her back. I want you. Oh, you need to get her back. Get back. We ain't gonna have no legendary days. It's an ordinary garden variety hanging, that's all. Now get back.
Ain't you heard any of this ruckus over here?
I might be old, Travis, but I sure as hell ain't deaf.
Folks out there acting like some kind of goddamn circus come to town.
Oh, they're just a little worked up, that's all.
A little worked up? Well, hell, that's like saying a cat gets a little worked up having his tail caught in a door. No, sir. You didn't see him out there, Sheriff. Them hyenas about tore me in two trying to get back over here from Miss Julia's kitchen. Tell you the truth, I don't know as we're going to be able to hold him back much longer. When did you say that preacher's supposed to get here?
Well, let me see. Well, he should be here any minute.
Well, I sure as hell hope you're right.
Well, you got some pressing business to take care of this morning?
No, I just don't like sitting around here spinning like some button on a shithouse door, that's all. I mean, ain't nobody asked me, but I think it's a goddamn waste of time, us having to wait on some preacher to come up from the city just to give that son of a bitch his last rites.
You're right, Travis. Ain't nobody asked you.
But Sheriff, them kind, they don't even believe in the same God that we do.
Are you going to stand there jaw to me all morning? Or are you going to serve the prisoners food before it gets cold?
Hooper! Get your ass up. Got your last meal here. Not that you requested one like any normal human being would have. And I reckon you wouldn't know about that. I thought I told you to get your nigger ass up, boy!
That's enough of that kind of talk.
But Sheriff, the nigger...
I said that's enough. Jesus Christ, man, you start to sound like one of those, what do you call them, hyenas out there.
Well, what would you have me call damn rapist nigger, Sheriff, huh? Reckon you'd have me call him sir.
What I expect, Deputy, is for you to treat all our prisoners, regardless of their skin color, with dignity, in accordance with the law.
Yeah, well, I can't say that black bastard did the same to Lily Brown. Can you?
He had his trial and his judgment. Pretty soon he'd be hanging from the end of that 10-foot rope. Now, if the prisoner don't want to eat, that's his business. Ain't a damn thing we can do about that. So put that tray down. If he's hungry, he'll eat. If not, well, at least we done our duty. Go ahead, put it down there. God damn it, Travis, put that down. There, that wasn't so hard, was it?
Hey, here comes that preacher.
Please give this to John, please.
Hey, you all get away from the preacher. Get away from the preacher. Come on, preacher. Sorry about it. I've already told these boys. I've told these boys to stay back. There's going to be trouble, I'm telling you right now. Stay back.
Reverend, I'm going to make this short and sweet. You got exactly 10 minutes to minister to the prisoner. So you go ahead and save his soul or do whatever the hell it is you do in exactly that time. You probably heard the folks out there chomping at the bit for a swift hanging.
I couldn't help but notice.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just a little worked up is all.
Deputy, why don't you fetch the Reverend here a chair and put it over by that cell? You see, Reverend, the folks around here they just ain't used to no trouble, that's all. And on that rare occasion when a serious offense is inflicted upon them, well, you can't blame them for acting the way they do. Comprende, Padre?
Whatever you say.
Good, all right. Well, that just about does it. Me and the deputy are gonna step outside and leave you two alone. Now, if you need anything at all, or that prisoner gives you one spit of trouble, you come out through that door, we'll come back in and settle it pronto-like.
I'm sure it'll be fine, Sheriff. Thank you.
All righty then. Reverend, 10 minutes.
All right, get back. All right, y'all, get back.
Hello, Mr. Hooper. My name is Reverend Wilkins. I've come here today. I was asked to come and say a few words. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He maketh me lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He quieteth me along the path of righteousness in his name.
Save your breath, preacher. I ain't interested in no white man's idea of righteousness.
All right. Fair enough. Perhaps there's another passage you prefer instead.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, there is. Why don't you read me the one that tells of how the innocent Negro man has his neck stretched by a bunch of bloodthirsty whiteys?
I'm afraid I'm not familiar with that.
That's 'cause it ain't in there, preacher. It ain't nowhere, except right here, right now.
I see.
No, I don't think you do.
Well, all right. If you don't want me to read, perhaps you'd like to talk. Clean your conscience, as it were, before you go and meet your maker.
My conscience just fine, preacher. How about yours?
We're all sinners in the eyes of the Lord, sir.
They go for you too, preacher? You a sinner too?
Under these clothes, I'm just an ordinary man, just like you.
Just like me, huh? Except when you're on the outside of these bars, out there, and I'm on this side. You'd be surprised how different things look from in here.
What I meant to say, Mr. Hooper, was that all God's children are in need of his forgiveness.
Oh, I can't speak for all God's children. But as for me, I ain't guilty of nothing. What you got to say to that, preacher?
Well, I suppose I would say that you're not a whole lot different than most men who find themselves in your current predicament.
Supposing you got a point there. All right then. Supposing I told you I could prove it to you.
I suppose I'd have to tell you that you didn't have a very good defense attorney.
Well, how about that? You and me, we done finally agreed on something.
Mr. Hooper, listen, if you have proof like you say you do, I'd be...
You ever been in love, preacher?
I'm sorry, what?
I asked you, have you ever been in love?
I don't understand the question.
Oh, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, either you answer my question, preacher, or you go out there right now and you get that sheriff and that cracker deputy of his and tell him to come for me right now, because our talking time's over.
I've come here to minister to you, Mr. Hooper, not to talk about myself.
What's it gonna be, preacher? What's it gonna be?
All right. I'll answer your question. But first, tell me why you want to know.
Because you a man, just like me.
All right, if it'll make you feel any better. Yes. Yes, I was once. It was a very long time ago, and I'm sure you don't want to spend your final minutes here on Earth talking about that.
They's my minutes. What was her name?
Catherine.
Catherine, huh? That's a right pretty name.
Yes, it was.
Describe her looks to me, preacher. And don't you go leaving nothing out. I want to paint a picture of it in my mind.
Well, as I said, Mr. Hooper, it was a very long time ago.
Are you asking me to believe you done forgot the way she looked?
Frankly, Mr. Hooper, I don't...
Damn it, preacher, tell me. I ain't got much time. Please.
All right. Catherine was a thin girl. Well, not exactly thin. Lithe, graceful, like a ballerina. Okay? And she had beautiful, long black hair that went down the middle of her back.
Well, what about her face? What her face looked like?
Well, it was quite beautiful, actually. She had these beautiful chestnut brown eyes. You ever saw ruby red lips? When she parted them, she'd light up an entire room.
That's some picture you painted there, preacher.
Yes, well, she was more than that, Mr. Hooper. She was a masterpiece.
So how come you ain't come to marry her then?
Well, that is none of your business, Mr. Hooper. In fact, none of this is your business.
Something happened, didn't it? Didn't it, preacher?
All right, Mr. Hooper, yes, something happened.
Well, go on, I'm listening.
This is ridiculous. Well, Catherine and I were engaged to be married, secretly. And although we were very much in love, well, Catherine's parents, they didn't quite approve of me being the son of a poor dirt farmer. And they basically owned every building in town. Consequently, when they found out about our pending nuptials, they made her call it off.
She ain't put up no fight?
Yes, she put up a fight. At first. But I'm going to enlighten you to something, Mr. Hooper. I'm not sure if you would understand this, but when one comes from a certain position in life, one learns not to bite the hand that feeds them.
Oh, I understands just fine. In other words, she left you because you wasn't good enough for her.
That'll do, Mr. Hooper.
Yes, sir. That must have hurt awful bad, her stabbing you in the heart like that.
That'll do.
Ain't that right, preacher? Preacher!
Yes! Yes.
So she the reason you took up preaching.
Proof, Mr. Hooper, you said you had some.
Well, you didn't already have proved it yourself.
I don't follow you.
You wouldn't happen to have a smoke on you, would you?
Smoke.
A cigarette?
Oh, yes. Yes. Yes, I'm sorry. Of course. Here we go.
Lie.
Yes, of course.
It's a mighty fancy cigarette case you got there, preacher.
It was a gift.
From Catherine? Don't feel bad, preacher. Sometimes we all need a little something to hold on to, so as in we don't forget.
And what is it that you're holding on to, John? It is John, isn't it? That's your given name. What is it that you're holding on to?
Me? I reckon that'd be a slice of warm peach cobbler pie.
Pie.
Peach cobbler pie. You see, I was in love once too, preacher. Just like you. Except at the time I was working for the Brown family as their done-do.
Done-do?
Well, I done do a little of this and done do a little of that for him.
Handyman.
Supposing you can call it that. Anyway, I lived out back behind the house in the tool shed. They made some space for me back there. It wasn't so bad. Place to sleep. Some room for my belongings. Never needed much more than that. Every night after supper, their daughter Lily bring me out some of their toss-aways so as I can have something to eat. She was always thoughtful that way. Anyway, my favorite was her mama's peach cobbler pie.
Lily, that's the girl.
Yeah. She the one.
So you knew her beforehand?
You see, every time after supper, Lily come out, she always stay a while. Said she liked my company. Imagine that, preacher. White girl liking the company of a Negro man. That's what she said. Never gave me no reason to think she was lying.
And exactly what did the two of you do out there in that shed alone, Jan?
You ever told a lie, preacher?
You're avoiding my question, John.
I'm not talking about the kind of lie you tell your mama she don't look fat in a Sunday dress.
You're avoiding my question.
I'm talking about the kind that really hurt people. Hurt them real bad. You ever told that kind of lie, preacher?
No. Fred, I haven't. Never.
Well, that's funny. Because I can see you lying to me right now.
All right. That's it. I have tired of your perverse little games, Hooper. You stand in that cage and you pretend to know things about me. You pretend to know about me. You don't know the first thing about me. You're just some ignorant farm worker.
Just like you once was.
Oh, you are a piece of work. Handyman, you really are. You know that? You know what I'm gonna do, Hooper? I'm gonna walk out that door right now, sir, and when I do, I'm gonna walk out knowing that I did my level best to help you. But you... So, goodbye, Mr. Hooper. May God have mercy on your soul.
You lied to Catherine, didn't you?
And on second thought, Hooper, you can go straight to hell. That is where you very well may be going, sir.
That's the real reason she broke it off with you,
What are
ain't
you
it?
talking about, Hooper? What are you saying?
Your Catherine done found out the truth.
What truth, Hooper? What truth?
The truth! That you wasn't who you told her you was.
You defile a young girl, you
The
gotta tell me...
truth! That you lied.
Because you were afraid she could love a poor dirt farmer's son. The truth that you've been running away from every day of your life since. You said you wanted proof, preacher. Well, there's your proof.
Time's up, Reverend.
It's okay, preacher. Sometimes we all gotta say what we gotta say. And even the truth can't make no difference.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. Was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Our Father, who art thou in heaven, hallowed be thy name. as we forgive those that trespass against us.
It's okay, preacher. Sometimes we all gotta say what we gotta say. And even the truth can't make no difference.
Southern trees bear strange fruit, blood on the leaves and blood at the root, black bodies swinging in the southern breeze, strange fruit hanging from the poplar trees. Pastoral scene of the gallant South, the bulging eyes and the twisted mouth, scent of magnolia, sweet and fresh. Then the sudden smell of burning flesh. Here is a fruit for the crows to pluck, for the rain to gather, for the wind to suck, for the sun to rot, for the tree to drop. Here's a strange and bitter